Welcome to She Means Business, assisting women to get ahead in the workplace. And today it's time for Power Women, Power Advice. Most of us have an extremely two-dimensional life. There's work, there's life, and we're constantly cribbing to find balance between the two, which is why our guest today is extremely important. She has a demanding 9 to 5. She works as the Senior Innovations Manager at USL Diageo. Apart from that, she's also a qualified journalist and has written for many publications. She's also co-authored a book called Cutting Chai and Maska Pav, the way it is said in Mumbai only, which was published by HarperCollins. She likes to travel, and not only does she find time to travel, she also finds time to blog about it. She has a blog called MissWanderlust.com. And last but not the least, the one thing that fascinates me the most, she's also a sports podcaster and co-hosts a show called the Inside Line F1 podcast, which is about, you guessed it, Formula 1, F1. I want to know from this girl, how does she find time to do it all? So let's meet Mithila Mehta, a 28-year-old, very fascinating, very fun, very lovely young woman. Hi Mithila. Hi. So tell me first a little about your day job, Senior Innovations Manager at Diageo. What does that mean?
I am a Senior Innovation Manager at United Spirits Diageo, and basically what my team does is that we innovate the alcohol of the future.
Oh.
So yes, it's an exciting job. It's every bit as awesome as it sounds. So the drinks that you're used to drinking today, whether it's Smirnoff, whether it's Captain Morgan, whether it's Johnny Walker, Royal Challenge, the entire gamut of USL brands, we look at how to take them, one step further, one step above, push boundaries, do things that have never been done in India, in the realm of alcohol.
Wow.
So it's very exciting.
Do you taste us?
We're always looking for
oh good, okay.
So
I want to ask my audience if anybody wants to pop in for this or not. So that sounds really cool.
It is, it's very cool, it's serious business. It's like literally an entire production of sorts, because creating a product from start to finish, it takes months. It takes a lot of navigating of legal stuff and government rules, figuring out what the consumer actually wants.
Yes.
Because that's obviously at the heart of everything.
So this would mean not only new products completely, but also within so for example, if you have a certain beer, within a beer you want to launch another extension. So the entire gamut of...
Correct. So we're predominantly into spirits. So for example, if there's a brand, how do you develop further variants of it? How do you keep that brand relevant, updated? So it's the entire gamut, whether it's just a stepwise renovation or a completely radical revolution.
Okay. And how long have you been doing this?
So I've actually been with United Spirits Diageo for 5 years.
Wow.
So it's been a journey of sorts. My first corporate job, so very, very special place for me to be. I've been part of the innovation team for about 3 years now.
Very nice, very nice. And you're also a journalist, which means you also write.
I do. So I studied journalism. That was actually the degree I did before my MBA. And writing has always been, it's always been something that was very special to me, right from when I was very young. So my mom keeps telling me the story of how when I think I was like 10 years old, I went to her one summer holidays. I was like, Mama, I have written a book. And she was like, okay. And I'm a 10-year-old, like, Mama, I've written a book. And I had taken out some pages from my school book, and I had written this, fantastic story, and then I had colored and made a cover page and then stapled it together. And I was like, okay, this is my book.
Wow. But do you want to write a book?
I've co-authored a book. The book is called Cutting Chai and Maska Pav, the way it's said in Mumbai only.
Okay.
It was published by HarperCollins in 2012.
Wow.
And so this would be relevant for all your Mumbai viewers.
Audience.
So the book is literally about Bombay and everything that makes Bombay special, unique, the words that define the city.
Yeah.
So, as a true-blooded Mumbaikar, it was like a dream topic to to write on.
We should check this out because I think Mumbai has so much character, and for somebody to actually pen it down and put it on paper for other people to read is very nice. That's how we actually met. I came across her blog. She writes, it's called Miss Wanderlust, and I was doing a photography exhibition and we required photographs from all over the country. That's how I connected with her. So her blog is wonderful as well. So you travel, and then she also finds time to write about those travels. So there's Diageo, there is a book, and now there is a blog that we are talking about. Yeah.
So admittedly, my blog is younger than my writing and travel interests. So I've been writing as a journalist for 10 years now. Okay, so I was very lucky. I started writing with Times of India, thanks to my mentor Sridhar sir about 10 years ago, and then there was no looking back. I think in life, once you realize that there's something you enjoy, you're good at, you find the right people, and the journey becomes effortless. I used to love to travel, and I used to keep writing, but predominantly for the newspaper.
Okay.
And then this was something that my husband started inspiring me to do. That listen, you love to write, you love to travel. Why does it always have to be linked to being published in newspapers? You should just start writing
of your own.
And I was like, okay, let me see. And that kind of happened. And he was the one who actually the blog that you see, Miss Wanderlust. It was a birthday gift from him.
Oh, so he started the blog, he set it up for you, and
he set it up. So I was blogging on this really amateur platform before that, and he was like, no, listen, your writing is great, you deserve a great platform.
Wow.
So touch wood, thank you.
Nice. Very nice, very nice. And now I'm going to come to that one thing which fascinates me the most.
Sure.
So Mithila, like I mentioned before, has a podcast with her husband on F1, no less. F1 sports. So you have to tell me in detail everything. What got you interested? What is your podcast about? It's also extremely popular. We'll ask her for the details.
Jessica, this is very dangerous. If you start like getting me talking about Formula 1,
that's okay.
This is going to be a few hours at the very least. But we open offer to talk about Formula 1.
Do.
So honestly, I also don't know how I started watching Formula 1. Maybe when I was 12 or 13. And the weird thing is, no one in my family before me used to follow the sport.
Okay.
So there's no explanation why this child, as I was then, just one day realized that okay, I'm watching this on TV while flipping channels, and this is fun. And then I kind of started watching whenever I could. I got completely glued and addicted to the sport. So for the longest time I used to keep telling my parents, Mama, it's okay if you don't buy me anything expensive or gifts or toys, but please send me for a Formula 1 race.
Oh, okay.
So that was the only demand, my father has this habit, he'd always ask me, Beta, is there anything you want, anything you need? And I'd be like, Papa, Formula 1, Formula 1 race. And so when I was in 10th grade or 11th grade, my parents sent my brother and me for a race. We went to the Malaysian Grand Prix.
Okay.
And I think that was a defining moment when you're there.
So you saw it live.
And you see it live, and you're at that young, impressionable age.
Yeah.
And that passion was just completely realized in that moment. I was like, okay, this is it. There's something so special about this. I continued following the sport, and many seasons and many years and all of that. And the funny thing is, I met my husband Kunal because of Formula 1. So I had gone for the Indian Grand Prix as a fan, and Kunal was working with Force India, the Formula 1 team.
Yes.
And he was there, and through a common friend, I requested him to arrange for a garage tour of the so I could see the Formula 1 car of Force India up close and personal. And luckily, USL Diageo was also a sponsor of the team.
Yes.
So he was like, okay, you're a sponsor, I can figure it out. I was like, okay, I get to see the car, what else matters? And that's how I actually met him. And initially, the only conversation that Kunal and I had was about the sport and about Formula 1. And gradually, we realized that apart from Formula 1, we have so many other things in common, and we got married and all of that. The podcast was also, I think, a byproduct of the fact that both of us are highly, highly passionate about the sport. Kunal has been doing the podcast for maybe 5 years now. It's called the Inside Line Formula 1 podcast. And he used to, it started out about this. He's extremely knowledgeable about the sport. So it was okay that I know so much about the sport. Let me share it with people who are interested. And at the same time, Formula One is a very serious sport.
It is.
Yeah, and it has this very serious image about car racing, and it's not for people.
And it's also all about the cars, and it gets very technical, which is why it fascinates me that you would be so interested and you would know so much about it.
So, and Kunal realized that. So he realized that this podcast is sure it's about the technical aspects also, but how do we bring humor to Formula One?
Yeah.
So it's a very light-hearted take while also being very serious and technical and hardcore. It's a fine balance which we try to maintain. And it's been 2 years that I'm doing the podcast with
So
him.
if somebody wanted to listen to it, where would they have to go?
So
iTunes.
So we're available on Audio Boom. We're available on iTunes. They could look us up on Facebook, since I'm guessing they'd be seeing this video on Facebook. Inside Line F1 Podcast. You could search for us.
Okay, great.
And we'll be there.
Okay, which brings me really to why we are meeting Mithila today. I mentioned in the intro that most of us lead a very two-dimensional life. There's work, and there's life, and there's constant crib about both. So here is someone who finds time to do so much more. You pack in so much into your day. There's work, there's family, there's social commitments, there's a podcast on F1, there's travel, there's writing. How do you try and have it all?
You're making me sound far cooler than I am.
It is. I find it extremely cool because we crib, we don't find time for our hobbies. So like I said, there's work and there's personal life, there's family. Beyond that, we don't really keep our hobbies. So I know a lot of people who would have liked to do something, but it's gone by, they've left it behind and they don't find time to follow it aggressively.
Sure.
So how do you do it all?
So I'm going to give you a couple of thoughts, maybe slightly scattered. But I think the most important thing is, if you really love something, don't stop. And if you have stopped for whatever reason, it doesn't take much to restart. My mom is a great artist. For a period of time she'd stopped painting, but she just threw herself back into the realm of art, and she's painting and enjoying it. So, even if it's just 15 minutes a week, set yourself a certain amount of time, and if you love it, you will make that time. So don't let that become an option. Let that be maintained as a priority. The second thing is, I've been lucky on that front, touchwood. Find yourself a lot of people who would support you in those endeavors. Yeah, it could of course be family, it could be your friends. So for me, while growing up, it was always my parents who were my biggest cheerleaders, my brother, and now touchwood, even after the wedding, Kunal and mom and pop. And Kunal's sibling. So the fact is that if you're surrounding yourself with people who are positive, and they're always going to be like, hey, you can do this, you should do this, it will be far easier to make things happen. For me to be on the podcast was actually Kunal's dad's idea. He was like, listen, you're both so interested in Formula One, I see you're talking about it all the time, do it together. So that kind of energy around you is a massive thing. I've been lucky to also work at an organization that allows me, time after work, time on the weekends, and believes in this whole work-life balance, not just as a mantra, but lives it every day. And so again,
You're also tweeting about IPL. Somewhere on Facebook. I just remember that.
Yes. I'm with Royal Challengers Bangalore, so I'm creating content for them.
All this is not inspirational. What is?
And the other fact is, it's like this: if you've made a commitment, you should live to it.
Yes.
So, for example, this podcast, it's a huge commitment Kunal and I make. So it starts the moment we. Okay, so I'm going to give you a breakup of how it happens. We record every Monday without fail.
Okay.
So come anything and everything, we will record on that Monday. And it helps because we know that every year we get 180,000 listens. That's what we're expecting.
It's your responsibility to your listeners.
You have a responsibility. So you're in your head. It's like, okay, I have to do this. I have to do this, and there's no option and non-negotiable.
I agree with you. If you set goals and if you decide that you're going to fulfill these goals, then you will make it happen for yourself.
Exactly.
But what I really like is that these are not hobbies that you regularly find time to invest in each and every one of them. Whether it is writing or it is your podcast or of course work itself, you find time to be regular with each and every one of them, which is very, very, very cool. Very cool.
I think the other crucial thing is, things that I feel are a drain on me personally, emotionally, energy-wise. I try and avoid it. So
we spend so much time focusing on the negative in our lives that
things you don't enjoy. Or things that you maybe don't enjoy, you try and reframe it in a more positive manner. I know a lot of my friends have a daily commute and they hate it. It's like, oh, we have to commute again, oh, it's so hot and this and that. So I started telling them that, hey, why don't you think of it as a 1 hour travel emotion? Think of it from a different lens.
There's so much you can do with a phone now, with internet. There's so much learning that you can do while traveling. There's so much stuff that you can catch up on. So that 1 hour can actually be time for yourself. Time that you don't get to read, etc. You can do that during travel. And every minute counts.
Correct.
Make every minute
exactly. And similarly with people, as I'm realizing as I'm growing more mature, I can say that there are certain people who maybe are a drain on your time, on your mental bandwidth, and so then you have to learn to prioritize and give time to the people who actually mean a lot to you, whether it's family, friends, people you otherwise are with, and spend more time on those meaningful relationships which refresh you and give you energy, rather than just hanging out or going drinking randomly with people, which is pointless.
Which is what most of us do.
I mean, I do it too.
But I know what you're trying to say. It's all about prioritizing, it's all about surrounding yourself with positivity, and it's all about making every minute count. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
I am so happy
to have
you deserve to be on Power Women, Power Advice. Our initiative, this whole initiative is all about women and work, and how we ensure that women derive more from their own lives, right? So whether it is working at the workplace or it is their personal life, my objective, or she means business ka objective, is that women should climb up the leadership ladder.
That's a wonderful objective.
Thank you so much. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you guys.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. Till next time, stay tuned, stay happy, and stay focused.